The point about the Angelus is it's all changed because RTE has decided there will be 6 new films Monday to Thursday. They will rotate across the weeks, and then on Friday there will be a People's Angelus, which will be inclusive of people of all faith and none, according to RTE. The type of things that are going to be showcased: film, the arts, topiary, which apparently is hedge art. That's all going to be showcased in the new Angelus. Joining us now is Michael Nugent, the chairperson of Atheist Ireland. Michael, good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to speak to you. You must be delighted.
Well, I think RTE think that they're doing good in making this change, but they're actually making things worse. Because what they're effectively doing now is, if you look back at the old Angelus, at least it had the merits of being what it said it was. Whereas now what they're doing is they're suggesting that everybody should pause to reflect on their lives under a Catholic call to prayer that is called the Angelus, which is the name of the Catholic call to prayer, and has the bells of the Angelus, which is a Catholic call to prayer. Now, all of these scenes, which seem to be very worthwhile and worthy of a pause for reflection if you wanted to have one, if you could imagine those scenes, but instead of the Catholic bells over it, if you had somebody just reciting, "There is no God, there is no God, there is no God," people would immediately realise that that's an inappropriate way of having a pause for reflection, because it's favouring one set of religious or non-religious beliefs over another. What RTE should do is they should have a genuinely neutral pause for reflection that everybody can unite under, rather than this hybrid. It's not the role of RTE as a public service broadcaster to take a Catholic call to prayer and turn it into something else.
But, Michael, the atheists have the rest of the day. Can the Catholics not just have 60 seconds?
They can have the entire day to say the Angelus non-stop if they want. But the point is that RTE, as the national broadcaster, has a duty to be neutral on these issues. So no problem at all with people saying the Angelus, no problem at all with people being Catholic. The problem is that RTE, as the national broadcaster, has a duty to be neutral.
So you were offended by the old one, you're offended by the new one. What do you want?
No, I'm not offended at all. And this isn't a question of offence. This is a question of respect and lack of respect. What we want is for RTE to treat everybody equally. We made several suggestions to RTE. First of all, stop trying to include atheists and secularists under a Catholic call to prayer, to broadcast a genuinely inclusive and religiously neutral pause for reflection, which I think is a good idea, and stop effectively giving one religion a free advertisement for a minute at prime time before the news every day.
But has the Angelus not evolved? Like, rather than some television exec come up with a new thing, has the Angelus not evolved into whatever it means to you? Lots of people who don't go to Mass will take that minute just to exhale, just to go, okay, it's 6 o'clock, the day's done.
Well, what the Catholic Church calls pre-evangelization, now that's Catholic Church language, it's not mine. The Catholic Church calls pre-evangelization when referring to what they call a type of initial proclamation that brings people to consider the deepest meaning of life and helps them over a period of reflection to be prepared to meet Jesus. That's what the Catholic Church would see this type of thing as. And the Angelus, let's remember, celebrates in a specific Catholic issue, which is the Annunciation, which Mary being told that she's becoming pregnant with Jesus. The Catholic bishops in Ireland have introduced, as part of a new education curriculum for primary school 6-year-old infants, a portrayal of the Annunciation that's portrayed in a cartoon figure as Mary, portrayed as a child in her bed at night, being confused and afraid, but still saying yes to being made pregnant. Now, that's a terrible message to send to infants, and it ties in precisely with the same prayer that they will then see on their national broadcaster at night. And bear in mind as well, whatever they say about the images that are being broadcast, the Angelus on the radio is still just the title, the Angelus, and the Catholic bells of the call to prayer.
Michael, what would you do if you could write the script? Just start the news a minute early?
Well, no, I actually think that having a pause for reflection is quite a nice idea. There's many things that you could do. You could have reflection thoughts of philosophers from different ages and backgrounds. You could have a minute each day devoted to a different group that works to benefit society. You could have a minute of maybe music by an artist such as Turlough O'Carolan, the 18th century blind Irish harpist whose image appeared on the Irish £50 note before we adopted the euro. You know, there's a whole load of things that you could do that would be genuinely inclusive. But all of those would be equally corrupted by either having the Angelus bells over it and a religious title, or by having an atheist title and having somebody just saying there is no God over these supposedly inclusive images.
Okay, Michael Nugent, chairperson of Atheist Ireland, thank you for speaking to us.